Hopefully you've had an opportunity to attempt this problem on your own. What we're looking at is converting the atmospheric pressure in Seattle, which was measured at 0.9818 atmospheres, into units of millimeters of mercury, kilopascals, and psi. So these will be one-step conversions in each case. And I've already copied over our conversion factors from the previous lecture. And I'll point out that we're looking at kilopascals, and we before presented this as 1 atmosphere is equal to 100,325. It's a mouthful. Pascals. And so a kilopascal is just like the metric system. It would be 1 kilopascal is equal to 1,000 pascals. So this would equal 101.325 kilopascals, which is a little bit more of a manageable number. So let's start out with our 0.9818 atmospheres that was measured for the pressure in the city. And we'll then convert first into millimeters of mercury. So again, I'm going to continue to use dimensional analysis because it's the kind of consistent problem solving tool we have through this quarter. And I'm going to place my units of atmospheres on the bottom of my conversion factor. And I'm using this one right here, that 1 atmosphere equals 760 millimeters of mercury. And since I want units of millimeters of mercury, I'll put that on the top of my conversion factor. So 1 atmosphere equals 760. So now when I plug this into my calculator, I'm multiplying my 0.9818 times 760 and dividing by 1. And I get an answer of 746.2 millimeters of mercury. I'm reporting 4 sig figs here because this measured value here has 4 significant figures. Okay, so now if I wanted to go into kilopascals, I would use a very similar problem solving strategy. I would again use this starting point of 9818 atmospheres and multiply this by a conversion factor between atmospheres and kilopascals, which we have right here. So I have 1 atmosphere on the bottom, so my atmosphere units will cancel out. And I have 101.325 kilopascals on top. And so you could also do this in 2 steps and convert into pascals, and then from there into kilopascals if you want. So multiplying this out, I get 99.48 kilopascals. All right, we've got one more to look at, PSI, and we have that conversion up here. 1 atmosphere equals 14.7 PSI. So starting from my 0.9818 atmospheres, my conversion factor this time will have atmospheres on the bottom, so they cancel, and PSI on the top. So 1 atmosphere will equal 14.7 PSI. And PSI is typically the pressure units that you use when you are filling up a tire or on your car or on your bike. And so I get 14.43 PSI. Hopefully these are pretty straightforward. If they are a little tricky, I strongly recommend reviewing our dimensional analysis lesson from the very beginning of the quarter and using those skills to make sure that you set up your problem solving strategy based on units and making sure that units cancel out, like in this first one I was just playing with.